The true crime genre has always been a source of fascination for many, delving into the darkest corners of human nature and exploring the motivations behind heinous acts. Courtney Clenny's case was no exception. As the story of her transformation from an OnlyFans model to a cold-blooded killer unfolded, it sent shockwaves through the true crime community and captured the public's attention. Courtney's rise to fame on OnlyFans seemed like a fairy tale come true. With her stunning looks and magnetic personality, she quickly amassed a substantial following. Her tantalizing content enthralled readers, who eagerly subscribed to her page and showered her with love. But behind the facade of glamour and sensuality, Courtney harbored a sinister secret that would eventually consume her. The first cracks in Courtney's carefully constructed image began to surface when she started engaging with her fans on a more personal level. She reveled in the attention and adulation they showered upon her, relishing their obsession. However, as time passed, she grew increasingly aware of the power she held over her devoted followers, a power that intrigued and excited her in ways she hadn't anticipated. It was this newfound power that fueled Courtney's dark desires. The lines between fantasy and reality began to blur as she realized the control she could exert over her fans. What started as innocent flirtation and teasing soon turned into something far more sinister. Courtney became fixated on the idea of dominating and manipulating her admirers, taking pleasure in their vulnerability and subservience. Timothy Mitchell, a besotted fan who had been infatuated with Courtney from the beginning, was the first victim to fall into her deadly trap. Their online conversations had become increasingly intense, with Timothy expressing his deep devotion and longing to meet her in person. Courtney seized this opportunity to fulfill her gruesome desires, inviting Timothy to her apartment under the guise of a private encounter. As Timothy entered Courtney's apartment, unaware of the horror that awaited him, the air became heavy with anticipation. What transpired next was a scene of unimaginable violence as Courtney unleashed her sadistic urges upon her unsuspecting victim. The brutality and savagery she exhibited left investigators dumbfounded and sent shockwaves through the community. The aftermath of Timothy's murder sent Courtney spiraling deeper into her dark desires. The thrill of taking a life became an addiction she couldn't resist. It wasn't long before more victims, all connected to her online persona in some way, fell victim to her calculated manipulation. The news of Courtney's crimes spread like wildfire, captivating the media and the public alike. Armchair detectives and psychologists dissected the case in an effort to understand the intricate web of factors that led her to commit such heinous acts, which became a source of morbid fascination. Some speculated that Courtney's actions were driven by a deep-seated need for control, deriving pleasure from the suffering and fear she inflicted upon others. Others suggested a more profound psychological disturbance, a twisted manifestation of her narcissism, and an insatiable thirst for attention. As the investigation intensified, the authorities painstakingly pieced together the puzzle of Courtney's crimes. The digital realm became a crucial battleground for uncovering evidence, as her online presence and interactions with her victims provided a wealth of information. But the virtual landscape also posed challenges, as Courtney had become adept at manipulating her online persona, creating a deceptive facade that shielded her true intentions. The trial that followed Courtney's arrest was a spectacle that drew widespread attention. The courtroom was packed with curious onlookers, journalists, and the families of her victims, all eager for justice to be served. The prosecution painted a chilling picture of Courtney's descent into darkness, presenting evidence that left no doubt about her guilt. Despite the overwhelming evidence against her, Courtney maintained a veneer of detachment and indifference throughout the trial. She seemed unfazed by the gravity of her actions, as if she believed she was above the laws that govern society. It was a disturbing display that only heightened the public's fascination with her case. When the verdict was finally delivered, Courtney was found guilty on multiple counts of murder. The judge handed down a sentence of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, ensuring that she would spend the rest of her days behind bars, forever separated from society. It was a moment of closure for the families of the victims, but the questions and unease surrounding Courtney's case lingered. The story of Courtney Clenny sent shockwaves through society, challenging long-held beliefs about the connection between fame and criminality. It served as a stark reminder that evil can lurk in the most unexpected places, hidden beneath a veil of glamour and allure. The case highlighted the dangers of the digital age, where the boundaries between reality and fantasy can become blurred, and the consequences of unchecked desires can be devastating. As the true crime genre continues to captivate audiences worldwide, the story of Courtney Clenny remains a haunting reminder of the dark complexities that lie within the human psyche. It prompts us to reflect on the fragile nature of our own desires and urges us to question the power and influence we give to those who exist behind screens and social media platforms. In the end, Courtney Clenny's case stands as a chilling testament to the depths of human depravity and the indomitable spirit of those who seek justice in the face of unimaginable evil. It serves as a warning to us all, urging us to remain vigilant and skeptical in a world where appearances can be deceiving and the allure of fame can mask a much darker reality.